Hi, hello, everybody. My name is Turk, and welcome to the Grouch Couch. Tonight, my friends, you're tuning back into Improv Quest. This is the episodic Dungeons and Dragons show where we make up everything on the spot, and the stats only kind of matter, but the dice rolls, they always matter. Of course, I'm the host of the show tonight, but before we get into the show, we say hello to the lads. Hello, lads.
Hello, lads.
Hello.
Good to see you guys. Let's go around as we always do. Why don't you guys, introduce yourselves and the character that you will be playing, especially if someone is tuning in here or on YouTube later and they've never seen your character before. Let them know what you got going on. And we're going to start with Kate, of course. Hello.
Hi, hello, konnichiwa, carne asada. I'm Kate. I'm playing Cookie, the Artificer Kobold, also known as the Emotional Support Kobold. And if you ever want to see me do other things, I'm also the primary artist for the Grouch Couch, and I do all of the fun art that you see on the merch. But if you want to see me do that art, or maybe come up with a new character for an upcoming season, I do that on my own channel called Children of Proteus, where I make comic books of the same name.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ray, hello.
Hello, everyone. I am Ray, or Backstage Bard, or a bard named Ray. And tonight I will be playing Scoutmaster Wildthorn. And of course, I will be accompanied by Billy the Whale.
I am Big Jim Slade. Tonight I'll be playing Mort, who is a nature cleric of the goddess Canabia. He's, just sort of laid back. He's not a little guy by any stretch, but he's just a dude,
Hell yeah. And of course I am Turk. I've been here the whole time. It's good to see all you guys. Thank you for joining us. We are going to tell some stories and have some fun tonight. And if anyone in chat here tonight decides that they want to have some fun with us and roll some dice, I'm going to let you know how the hell you can do that. Of course, as I always do, there's a couple of ways. And if you're watching on YouTube, the show happens every single Friday at 6 p.m. PST. You can come and join us. And you, my friends, can also have an influence on what the fuck happens in the show. That's right. There's a reroll power. Every dice roll can be rerolled one time. There's a suggestion command where everyone in chat can throw out suggestions the whole time the show is running. And if we pick one of your suggestions to put into the show, then your name will go down into my little black book, in which we will be doing a giveaway. And every single suggestion usually counts as one entry. All right. And that giveaway is tonight, I believe, as long as we can get around to it. Hell yeah. And lastly, couch coins, an MVP. There's a command you can use to give these guys couch coins. The person with the most couch coins at the end then becomes the MVP of the night, and they get to add a magical item to their character sheet. Yes. Very, very fun ass shit. And I also give those out. And then they can use those couch coins to basically control the show as if they were the actual fucking dungeon master. Look, these are just a few of the ways that you can join in the fun, but the most important thing is to remember, nothing you see tonight is planned. Everything, my friends, from the story to the characters' choices, it's all rolled and improvised. We know nothing. So grab your dice and grab your imagination, and let's jump right in. But of course, before we do, there was a poll that was ran before the show began. And if any one of your players haven't voted yet, you still can. You've got about 30 seconds. But if you get here early enough, you can also vote on the starting location of every Improv Quest show.
We got the Shrinking Island, the Cheese Mine, the Bubble Bazaar, and the Haunted Playground. Haunted Playground definitely pulling ahead here, but will the Cheese Mines come in behind it?
Nope, the Haunted Playground won. So our starting location tonight, my friends, is the Haunted Playground. If you think of a way to segue into it from the tavern, maybe I'll give you a couch coin, all right? But for the quest happening here, the quest that you are on in the Haunted Playground, yes, is you're on a quest in the Haunted Playground because a child's spirit requests help finding their favorite toy. It was buried somewhere nearby. That sounds like a pretty scary, wholesome quest for these three wholesome fucking characters. Sounds wunderbar to me. Yes. All right, everybody. Let's run the intro, and then let's get into some story. All right, heroes.
Cookie.
Hello, Cookie. Cookie's see-through. Let me fix you, Cookie. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm fine on the Discord. It's on your end. What the fuck's happening with Cookie?
I don't know. It's crazy, Cookie. There you go. It's pretty good.
Cookie, did you slip a potion of invisibility into your drink?
It was just I was like sniffing too many butt cheeks, and I might have gotten to like a big disappearing chest of a mongrel or something. I don't know. Someone trying to hide their shit stains and cast invisibility on them, and then it got all over Cookie's face. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Right.
All right, our story begins tonight, heroes, as any good story that has never been storied will tonight be storied. Of course, in the Tall Tale Tavern, the tavern of many tales and the tavern of many talls, indeed. Now, actually, I think I wrote a little thing that maybe I can find it real quick. Just go through. Yes, indeed. This is a well-worn establishment that feels like a new home to heroes, a home to even rogues and rangers and restless souls. The tavern has low beam ceilings and, of course, this dimly lit interior. Now, it definitely creates a cozy atmosphere, but the sound of clinking mugs and lively conversation still fills the air. The scent in here that you can smell, especially Cookie with your see-through nostrils, is of spicy stew and freshly baked bread. Indeed, it wafts in from the kitchen, mingling with the faint tang of wood smoke coming from the fire. There is always a bard strumming a jaunty tune in the corner, and their off-key singing is drowned out by laughter. Behind the bar stands Rosalind O'Flaherty, or Rose, as everyone calls her. Of course, she's a striking, confident, freckled woman with a cascade of fiery red curls and vibrant green eyes and tattoos of vines and mythical beasts that climb up her bosom. Yes, it is a nice bosom, as I've been asked a few times before. But as the camera zooms in and she's walking around handing out the last drinks of the night, we see each one of you heroes, and we're going to go counterclockwise tonight, starting with Mort. I want you to explain what the camera might see you doing here inside of the Tall Tale Tavern.
So right now, Mort is sipping at just a mug of ale, but not really into it, munching on some lettuce. But he's actually arranging on the table these little bones. They look kind of like chicken bones maybe, but he's arranging them in some sort of pattern and just sort of talking to himself. Oh, we got this, and this is a femur, and this is this, and oh boy, I forget what this one's from. It might have been, oh wait, no, that's Cicely's. I've got to hold on to that. And puts that aside and is just sort of talking to himself the whole time, lost in his own little world.
This is an episodic show, but if you did watch the previous episode, you may know what he's doing. But have no fear. Rosalind, she walks past you, Mort. She sees you. She goes, "Oh, look what the cat dragged in. It's Mort again. How you doing?"
Oh, I don't know if a cat could actually drag me, but because I'm actually pretty big, unless it was like a big tiger. So, but I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
The literal one. All right. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. And she hands you an apple. She goes, "What's that for you?"
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about your friend.
Oh, no. It's all part of the natural order of things, I guess.
It's sweet on you, buddy. Get after it.
Yeah, you start chewing,
chomping at the apple.
And the camera zooms out, and we go over to Wild Thorn. What do we see Wild Thorn doing?
So Mort is probably missing one of those chicken bones because Wild Thorn swiped one and has converted. He's actually doing druid craft in the corner and just taken a some hits of a very strong herbal medicine, it feels like, while engaging in a conversation with, it looks like, some local fishermen discussing, the current tides and, how they've, not had as many bites lately, and, me trying to maybe give them some suggestions of where they can go, but also like, passing around the good healing herb that Scoutmaster Thorn so readily uses on the daily.
Nice. And like one of the sailors is like, so you mean to tell me we're not looking for a full moon?
No. You want the opposite of a full moon. You want the new moon. Because in the new moon...
What do you mean by new? Is there more than one moon?
Yes.
We're waiting for a new one?
Yes, there's 3 moons.
Oh.
And they all are so beautiful. There's the blue moon. There's That's No Moon. And there's... like when you moon somebody and you pull your pants down and then like you show them so those are the 3 moons that you want to look for.
All right.
At the best fishing.
So whenever me first mate whips out his butt cheeks and shows them to me, then we've got to go hit the sea.
You better, when your first mate shows you his butt cheeks, you will be the happiest you'll ever been in your life.
Will I?
That I can guarantee. I can guarantee it.
I don't know.
And all of a sudden behind me materializing is a 8-foot tall killer whale that stands on its back tail and goes, I mean, yeah, he's not wrong.
Holy shit, fucking.
Billy, I told you can't just like appear. You gotta like, you scare people. And, oh, wait, I smell cookie.
Shut up, you virtue signaler.
Oh, hi, Billy.
Camera zooms out as Billy calls for Cookie, and the camera zooms over to Cookie. What do we see Cookie doing?
Cookie got into a heated frog leg eating contest with a dwarf named Barry.
Okay. What does this look like?
So we each have like a big pile of fried frog's legs, and we are both just like devouring it. He's got little chunks of meat in his beard and little frog leg like fingies like dangling out of his mouth, and Cookie's like face is to the plate. Just, like we're just going at it.
So he's probably like, oh, I knew I shouldn't challenge a kobold to a eating contest. This dang flabbit.
It's okay, Barry. This is a good lesson. This is a good lesson on failure. At least you tried.
Okay.
You're better than everybody who hasn't tried. It's so easy to not do something. The fact that you did it and lost is actually a big feat.
Nice. Okay. Well. At least we tried. You never know.
Yeah, keep going, buddy.
Thanks for teaching me a lesson, Cookie.
Yeah, and 50% off your next lap snuggles.
Oh. Sweet. That sounds like a good deal. Okay. At this point, Rosalind O'Flaherty comes around to each one of you guys and she sees, she says, well, look at what the cat dragged in. All 3 of you together back at the Tall Tale Tavern. And here's the deal. You 3 know it. You know it well. But we've got to repeat it for, nuance's sake and for new viewers. You get to tell me a story, you 3 heroes. You make it good. You make it good enough and you earn a spot in the Ledger of Legends, the Book of Tall Tales. And your food and drinks will then be on the house for the day. All 3 of you have ranked up quite a tab, so better be a good one. Because if you blow it, you're paying full price. Fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, my dear.
Oh boy, which story do we tell? Well, what if we tell the story about the little kid? Where we had to help him out.
I think we've saved at least 50 children at this time. Could you be a little bit more specific, Mort?
Oh, the one. Remember we were at that park, and there was the big creepy playground, and Cookie wanted to go up and down the slide, except it was, had teeth. But then there was the little kid there.
Right,
Yeah, what the fuck are they letting a mimic be a slide for? Honestly, that's bad show.
The whole playground, it was completely cursed. He's absolutely right. Yes, it was absolutely cursed. There was the creepy child, the missing toy, the haunted nanny that hung around and tried to torment the souls of the children. Horrific. Just her. But surprisingly funny, surprisingly hilarious.
So yeah, buckle in, guys, because we're gonna tell you guys a scary story.
All right, well, this sounds like it's going to be a good one. And as Rose says that, the room kind of hums with anticipation. And all the eyes in the room seem to turn toward your table. And now currently, the stage is yours. But before we begin our first scene in our story, I need each one of you guys to roll me a d20 to give you your starting scene chaos cards.
I had a 3.
Looks like Cookie got a 1.
Cookie got a 1.
Mort got a 14.
Okay, well, we'll start with Mort. Mort, you are convinced in this first scene that everything is edible. Try to taste random objects from weapons to rocks and comment on their flavor. Cookie, with the 1. You are not cursed. There's no effects of this card. But your character believes that there is. Your character believes that they are cursed and will try to adopt other people's curses. And what did you get, Wild Thorn?
That's a 3, my good sir.
3. Yeah, you're terrified of the ground. Your character refuses to walk on solid surfaces, leaping onto furniture, allies, or anything else to get them up off of said ground.
No, not this stat effect again. Got blown into a tree at 70 miles an hour, then busted up in milk.
That's it. All right, new roll
Spoiler,
chart
not friends.
to everybody. I made a whole new one. Okay, now to see who gets to start off our story, everybody roll me initiative, and I'm actually going to see if I can find us a background that's a little bit more creepy to match our current story. Maybe this one. Oh, it's not big enough. Why is it not big enough? Annoying. That one's also not big enough. What is this bullshit? What is this bullshit? Nice. There we go. Foggy. Horror-y. All right. Let's see. Cookie got a 19. Scoutmaster Wild Thorn got a 20. And Mort got an 11. So it looks like we're going, counterclockwise, continuing.
Right.
And we're starting with Wild Thorn.
So the scene opens up as you see the three of us walking through a, seems to be a modest city.
We'll play music and it may be loud.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Gotcha. You see us, it's nighttime. Dusk is starting to set. It's at that just perfect moment where, the light is starting to fade and night is taking over. A low fog seems to be permeating the air as the three of our characters are walking through what seems to be a larger city in our world. And as we walk through these streets of tall buildings and, closed shops for the night and families rushing home, you can tell that there's something sinister afoot as the three of us make our way to the park that is in the center.
Drink.
Making our way.
I was like,
It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. As we go towards the center of the city where the main park is. However, this park, of course, haunted. No one knows, not no one knows, sorry, everyone knows not to go there after dark, because when you go after dark, the mean, scary. Nanny will grab you and keep you there forever. And so we're going as the three of us make our way down the street. And you see Wildthorn is riding Billy on the back, just like full saddle, holding onto the dorsal fin. And Billy, of course, is a whale, killer whale, but he is a fey creature that can travel on land just as he would in water. So as we slide, my feet making sure it's like, you'll all need to get on the whale. I'm telling you, this ground is cursed right now. It's just, it is not good. I'm looking at the stars. I'm seeing the fog. Nature is pissed. We should all get on the whale. Everyone on the whale. I'm going to try to do a persuasion check. Get everyone on the whale. Get on the whale now.
Nice. All right. Roll me persuasion. We'll let these guys tell you if it's good enough for them or not.
The 17.
17. Mort, any biases?
Well, right now, Mort is actually, when he says the ground isn't good, he reached down and he starts just picking up bits and just.
Nikki 2291 used reroll Wildthorn.
Wow. Right. The ground is bad.
It's not very good. You're right.
Nikki is my nemesis tonight. Thank you, Nikki. All right, that's a lot worse. It's a lot worse. It's a 6. All right.
It's not very good.
Every
but
time I get on the whale.
I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll fit up on the
Guys,
poor
I
whale.
swear, a second ago, y'all seemed like y'all really wanted to, and now you don't. But trust me, the ground is bad. Y'all need to get off the ground.
Somebody dropped a little box. Hold on.
Oh, that looks tasty. You got any box left?
It's better. Tastes a little woody though.
You know, I've seen a lot of little woodies in my day.
Wildthorn's face to you just eating random shit. Okay, Mort doesn't get on the whale. Cookie,
Terrified.
do you get on the whale?
All right, listen, every time Cookie gets on the whale, Cookie ends up hurt or blasted into another dimension or half eaten by something. Listen, I get cursed every time I get on that whale. I'm just gonna walk. Listen, I feel like I'm safer because Billy and Cookie are mortal enemies. It's not gonna work out. I'm more cursed if I get on the whale.
Could you at least agree the ground is bad, though? You're closer to it. You know the ground's bad, right?
I like the ground. The cobblestones feel nice on my claws. It's giving me a nice nail file.
While this is going on, Mort goes up and just licks the side of Billy. It's salty.
Okay, before we move over to Cookie's turn, remind everybody you each did get a couch coin for starting the scene the way that you did. You got it added in there. Very good. And I'm going to give one to Wildthorn and to Mort for using your chaos cards. And now, Cookie, it's your go. Remember, you can add 3 to 5 elements to the scene and then let us know what your character is doing.
As Wildthorn sliding down the cobblestone on that cursed-ass whale, Mort and Cookie are walking together, just kind of waddling down the street because Mort's really slow and Cookie is small, so their gait's kind of the same. It makes for good walking partners. I don't have to run as fast on a regular basis or go on all fours. You stay the fuck away from me, Billy. You stay in your... Oh.
Billy's not really that bad. Did you know whales are really actually kind of smart?
Did you know that killer whales are giant assholes no matter what?
Well, that is true. That is true.
Have you heard about what killer whales do to the babies of females they want to get down with?
Okay, but we also attack rich people's yachts, so we're not all bad.
One good deed doesn't make up for a evolutionary line of douchebagginess.
You would know all about that, wouldn't you, Cookie?
Yeah.
I mean, there was the one time that they used my Uncle Percival He was all in his shell, and they kind of used him like a tennis ball back and forth with their tails. But we all got over it, and we all ended up being friends.
I mean, it's good on you that you have so much forgiveness in your heart,
Well,
but
they're
I
part of
know what
nature.
he's up to. I know what Billy's up to. He's got suspicion behind those black killer eyes.
Hey, what's that? He just
Anyway,
grabs a rock. He just grabs a rock and starts eating.
There you go.
anyway,
Baptized puss.
as we are cobbling down the street, the fog starts getting thicker and thicker, and you hear children, and it starts to get darker and darker and darker as the lamp and candlelights in the windows seem to not illuminate anything at all. And Cookie is gonna scamper up Mort's back and just sit on his shoulder, because at least she'll look bigger and scarier if she's tall. Because maybe the ground is bad. Maybe the ground is cursed.
That
And it's, I'd be happy on Mort's shoulder because he seems to have a handle on it, eating the floor.
Nice. All right.
And you see creepy hands start to come around the sides of cobblestone. And now I'll pass it off.
Okay. Good call. Mort?
All right, so Mort, this isn't the first time.
Rebuttal to Cookie climbing on you?
Oh no, I was about to say this isn't the first time Cookie's climbed up on me, so it's okay. I'm pretty big, and Cookie's not as big as others. It's not like that asshole Marrow was climbing on me or something. So it's okay if Cookie's up there.
Cookie weighs like 20 pounds.
And then he just reaches over and just starts licking one of Cookie's dangling neck things. It's like, no, that's not very good either. But looks over and sees the hands coming around and really starts to take in the sights. You've been busy talking about Billy, but not really seeing the playground. You don't see playgrounds very often with wrought iron fences that have dead vines all wrapped around them, and a little creepy gate that's sort of just going in the wind. But I take a look around because I hear the voice. Children. And I look over, and it's just getting darker and darker, and there's a face. It's awful. It's got really big red lips and very tall beehivey hair, and you just hear in a weird accent, and it starts coming for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up a big rock and I'm going to cast light on it and hold it up to see what the heck is going on, because the fog is getting too thick for this.
Nice.
Love that.
And I'm not sure what the roll would be off of this. I think maybe I'd like to figure out what is going on. So I don't know if that's like Arcana or maybe just an investigation.
Hell yeah.
Sure, we can do that one. It's an 11. What's our target number anyway?
I rolled it on my table. I'll roll it in here.
Ooh.
17.
That's great.
17.
Now you can spend a couch coin to make me re-roll it after the initial dice roll. So we have to take Mort's result, but then players can spend a couch coin. All right.
Baptized
So
in
it's really
pus,
hard to
rear or
say.
mort.
Oh, thank you, Baptized in Pus. I appreciate that. A 17 is still really hard. And I still get an 11. Thank you, though.
It's pretty close. So on a failure,
the
I get to
light-
describe.
Go ahead.
As you hold up the light, The face is getting closer and closer and closer and closer to you, running at you, Cookie shivering on your shoulder. You hurry quickly.
Plus or minus 1.
Lick a
Nikki
rock.
3291
You
just
guys can get
redeemed
there.
plus 1.
We need
More
5
plus.
more of those. You lick the rock. As you lick the rock, it lights up, and you hold it up in front of your face, and the face gets so close, but as soon as the light touches
Plus or
it,
minus 1.
disappears.
Nikki 2291 just redeemed plus 1.
This
plus
mist
more.
goes around your body.
That's really cold.
Plus or minus
Oh
1.
boy.
Tavern talks
I
just
What did it
redeemed
taste
plus
like?
1. Plus more.
It tasted.
That is
I don't know.
3 more, y'all.
Plus or minus 1.
I feel like
Everybody
I'm
take a
just
drink.
close to figuring it out.
Plus more.
They're coming in.
I think it tasted a bit like
Plus or minus 1.
Pizza
Every
I've
time you
just
start talking,
redeemed
sadness.
Take a drink.
plus more.
It's sadness, and I think it might be.
Right.
Oh,
Use all of those
Minus
channel
1.
points now,
Nikki
so that way later you won't have any of
2291 just
them.
redeemed plus 1. Plus more.
All right. That's 17 more. You can take examples from what I said or completely change it because your roll has now succeeded.
Tastes like it needs therapy.
You know
it tasted.
of what's going
It
on.
tasted a little bit like old, crappy perfume, and I think it might be a ghost. I think it's the ghost of the nannies that Scoutmaster was talking about.
2291
Thank you,
just
Nikki.
redeemed plus 1. Plus more.
It absolutely is a fucking ghost.
Nikki's proving the point.
On an investigation, you know a little bit more than that. On a successful
okay.
one here. So you can tie it in with something previously
So-
said or even come up with
Yep.
something.
So I look around and I see what look like little silhouettes in the background. And suddenly, rising out of the ground again, I see the face, and it's tied to this shimmering, formless body. And I look and I'm like, hey, doesn't that look like the picture in the bar of that old lady? And then I'll hand it off.
Okay. And as he says this, I think all of us are immediately look over and recognize that Mort's right. This is the drawing that was in the bar on the wall saying, beware, ghost or, unknown specter, which led us on this, particular adventure in the first place. And so as we lock eyes with it, the voice kind of echoes in all of our minds. We all just kind of have to hold our heads for a bit, but it's very much like, I will find all of the children. The children will come to me. And then the face kind of cracks unnaturally towards us. And it goes, are you children? And it leaches towards us, and we all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I like that a lot. That was pretty good. I'll give you couch coin for that one. And you have to beat a 7.
And that one here.
Oh, look, another 11.
11.
I will only roll 11s now.
That's it.
What about
That's what
Cookie?
you're ever gonna roll for the rest of the
Keep
time.
trying.
Cookie succeeds with a 22.
22.
So
Nikki
for the
2291 used reroll Wild Thorn.
Nice.
try again.
Thanks, Nikki.
See what happened. Thank you, Nikki. All right, guys, 16. Still a failure with our target number of 17.
Indeed.
If only somebody did a +1 for you, then it would be a success.
Sometimes it's fun to fail.
Oh, I'm totally failing. Don't worry.
So for those of us who failed, it's all of a sudden these memories start flashing in our minds of our childhood and of
Plus
just
one,
having
minus one.
Tavern Talks just
Okay.
redeemed +1.
So just
Wild
Mort. So just Mort.
Minus.
You start.
Minus.
Oh,
one.
a
that
minus.
has
Oh, it was a
minus
minus.
wild one.
Perfect. Fail even more. So for me and Mort, we start having these memories of our childhood just flashing and like hitting us with this wave of nostalgia. You can't help but to smile a little bit as you think of this. And as this, we realize that we're slowly being cursed to revert to a more childlike demeanor, as if she is trying to steal our souls. But the only way she can do it is if we fully believe that we are children as well.
Nice.
Oh, that makes sense why it didn't work on Cookie. Cookie's only 4 years old.
Yeah. Okay. That tracks. That tracks. All right.
And as we get this, we will become obviously probably more afraid of the.
All you guys are turning.
Don't worry.
into little kids.
Cookie,
Hi,
is very brave.
Yeah. And it's your go now. So you could respond and then add some elements to this scene. I'd like to move some things forward here too, if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. So first things first, Cookie's gonna actually see Wild Thorn and Mort kind of like shiver in fear and kind of be a little bit, spookified by, Grandma over here. And it's like, listen, she can't really do anything to you if you don't let her. She as a ghost, she still has to get consent. And Cookie is gonna face big Constance Horny Gold. Listen, that's just what I'm gonna call her. That's not her name. That's just what I'm gonna call her. Listen here, Constance. You have no power here. You have chased away the children, and I'm gonna let out a big draconic cry. And for those of you who don't know what draconic cry does, it allows me to that all of my allies can roll with advantage because they now have a bit of like oh yeah, you know what, we do get this.
Nice. I also would like you to roll me an intimidation against the target number.
Okay.
Because that was very intimidating what you were trying to do there. Nikki said that is absolutely her name. Well, I don't remember what she said, so use the suggestion command. Throw it into
Constance Horny Gold.
It's a 12.
Yeah, they got a 12. Cookie actually has 0 in charisma, believe it or not.
Damn.
Really?
I never would have guessed.
All right, so with your draconic cry, you give your friends advantage on skill checks?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, very good. Now, we're moving over to Mort. I'm definitely going to take
Yeah, your face is ugly too, lady.
this round. Yeah.
Oh, it
but
says
at
on
the
it.
beginning
And
of-
attack rolls.
What?
It's attack rolls.
Oh, attack rolls. Very good. Okay. We're moving on to Mort. So you get to do some things. But at the beginning of Mort and Wildthorn's turns, I would actually like you guys to tell me a memory that flashed in your mind whenever all that went down. So we'll start with that, Mort.
Well, it started where I had to sort of chew my way out of the shell because we have this little tooth at the end of our beak. It goes right here. And we have to gnaw our way out of the shell. So I get out of the shell and I start moving down the sand and I'm going towards the water and I look over next to me and there's another little turtle there and her name is Shelly, which seems really kind of gratuitous, but Shelly and I were sort of friends, and I just started remembering learning to swim the first few times with Shelly until she got eaten by an octopus.
Sad story.
It's actually a killer whale.
Well, it was absolutely an octopus.
All right, Mort. Now we cut back to the present. And you're standing here on this cobblestone, and the fog is thick. We still haven't found this playground yet. Add some elements. What's going on?
So I'm feeling like, I don't know, feeling a little nostalgic and wistful. And the fog kind of reminds me of the beach back at the island where I grew up with my other tribe. And I just start walking forward thinking, well, maybe she isn't so bad after all. And as I walk, I see a whole bunch of kids sitting around, but they're all kind of glowing, and they look very afraid of her, except for one. One little kid is sitting over on this little bouncy horse thing, and he's just looking at us back and forth as he's rocking. And I think, I want to try that. Maybe I can knock the kid off the horse and I can try it. So I start to go over there, and I think maybe he's a ghost. So, I don't know where Beaky is. I forgot to pick him up, my little staff. But I just hold it up, and I think, hey, I can do this. And I'm going to invoke my goddess, Kanabia, and see if I can turn this undead, because I think they're ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do that with...
Fuck yeah. Turn undead.
Trying to find it in the sheet here. Hold, please.
Okay.
Channel Divinity. Here we go.
Graveyard cat.
Graveyard cat. So as
If
an
it's-
action, you present your holy symbol and you speak a prayer. Drive away the undead. Each undead.
Kanabia, stone them, get them out, and burn them in your bong of deliciousness.
All right, so they have to make a wisdom save, and it's 8 plus your proficiency plus wisdom.
Yep, which would be a 15.
All right. It's an 11. Oh, you have destroy undead. What are you trying to do? Turn undead or destroy undead?
So I'm just trying to turn them. That's the only click that I get.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
But I'm not looking to destroy them. I just want them to move back and go away because I want to get on the horse thing.
Nice.
So there's this beam of green light, and it kind of goes technicolor, almost like a tie-dye pattern.
Nice.
And the ghosts all get a little bit weary
Yeah, and if
and
you like
start to just sort of wander away trying to find munchies.
the witch lady that was around the corner, this hits her hard. She like turns into like mist again. But the kids all back up about 30 feet, basically their movement speed, leaving this big open circle. And even some of the fog moves back. So like you can see clearly all around you 30 feet.
Which exposes part of the playground. The little horse thing is actually one of the little bouncy rides. And as the fog clears, the children are sitting around. There are some swings and a big cool looking slide.
Yeah,
And this thing with bars the kids are sort of sitting on.
Monkey bars, that's right. All right.
And I'm gonna go and try and sit on the horsey thing, but I'm too big still, so
But you already had an action, so I'm gonna move it over to Wildthorn.
yeah, no, it's not really an action, that's just what I'm doing.
All right.
Okay. So I think Wildthorn, the first thing when you asked about the nostalgia, there's a memory. When Thorn was probably around, probably 9 or 10 when they were first trying to learn how to make fire, and they're in like their troop, and there's the scoutmaster that's like talking. I was like, and remember, you need to rub your sticks together until you get enough friction, because the friction's actually what causes the cold. And everyone else seems to be getting it, but Thorn is just struggling. Like again, it's just getting really frustrated, and I can't seem to figure it out. This is so stupid. And like in that frustration, I just kind of like smack my hands together, and this little bitty spark just shoots out and catches the fire, and And it was like the first time that Thorn discovered that they had magic as a kid.
Like druidic friggin' origin story here.
Yeah, just little druid, like just that frustration, the pressure of like everyone else succeeding and them not. And I think in this moment, there's that little bit of like remembering, even though that like childness and that whimsy is starting to like try to settle in and, you know, mess with the brain a little bit. I think Thorn is still trying to be that like focus. And so in doing this, I'm going to realize that Cookie actually is probably our best chance, especially if Mort and I get any worse. So I'm going to look over to Cookie and go, Cookie, I don't know everything that's going on, but you seem like you got it. So I'm going to make you in charge. And I'm going to point at Cookie and I'm going to cast Enlarge.
Nice.
And so now Cookie
elements before you.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I was gonna make her bigger and then kind of explain.
Okay. All right. Get it.
All right. So Cookie is now with Enlarge. The target size increases by one category. So are kobolds small or medium?
Small.
So Cookie's now medium. So about the size of a tall dwarf. And so, so it's just like, yep, that seems like the right thing to do. And so Thorn, in doing this, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go play now. Bye. And so Thorn starts running deep into the playground. And as we run in, it's like, for some reason, and maybe it's because Thorn is under this effect, but he doesn't see fog. He sees a beautiful blue sky, and kids are playing and having fun and laughing. It's not creepy at all. There's this sweet, lovely old lady there just reading a book to a group of kids sitting in the sandbox. And Thorn's starting to think that maybe this isn't all so bad.
And I want to add in and even say that, Mort, as you make it to the gate and step inside to go and get on the little jumpy horse, same thing. Yeah.
Although I'm walking a little funny now because there's suddenly a much bigger Cookie on my back.
Yeah, okay. Forgot about that.
This was my attempt also. This was also my attempt, by the way, to change the scene, if you will, now that we have a different perspective of where we're at.
Oh, so as you three step into the playground, we're going to roll a new target number, a new initiative. Very good.
Yeah, new target number
15.
He's getting high tonight. Getting him high tonight, y'all.
Still better.
It's better than a 17.
I also don't know why, but I had this like BioShock Infinite kind of like visualization whenever you were describing the playground. Does that make sense to anybody else? Oh.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Or have you ever played the video game Smile, where like the world is like incredibly dark, but if you take this medicine, it looks all beautiful and happy and joyful?
Yeah. No, I've seen stuff about it. I haven't played it, but yeah, gotta do that.
Or like the happy game.
Yeah.
We happy few?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That one
that's
too.
it. Yeah. All right. We need initiative from Wild Thorn.
I rolled. I thought I did.
Wow. You and Cookie both got a 21, which means you have a combined initiative, which means you guys can do things together in this scene, and we'll give you some bonuses for doing so. But since you let us off last, we'll let Cookie start.
Oh, good, because I actually have an idea that I need Wild Thorn for.
Okay.
As we go running as Wild Thorn and Mort go running in, Cookie's actually gonna grab Wild Thorn by the collar as she jumps off of Mort and be like, "Hey, witch bitch, you got any crystals on you that are infused with your essence?"
I got all kinds of fun rocks. I got this one's my favorite. It's like a black one that if you like hold it into the sun, it glitters. And then I've got this blue one that I found on the ocean. And then I've got this red one that I don't know where it's from, but it looked really cool. So I have that one. And then there's this gold one that I was told is really valuable, but I don't know like that means. So it's cool.
It's Billy's favorite.
Billy's is this one right here. It's the red one because blood.
Perfect. I'm gonna take it.
Nice. Nikki
and
just
Cookie
reminded
is-
me of something. So before we continue our turns, we all need new chaos cards. Thank you for the reminder, Nikki. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Nikki.
Everybody hit the D20.
I got a 3 again.
You're still terrified of the ground. 8 for Cookie.
No,
No,
4 for
Cookie got a 4. Mort got an 8.
4 for Cookie. You think you're now the prophet. You'll try to speak in cryptic metaphors and make up ominous visions about the future to help your party in the quest.
Isn't that what Cookie already does?
A little bit.
Yeah, it is.
Mort, this is kind of good now that you're in child form. I'm just going to say, I'm going to change a little bit. You now have an imaginary friend. You can talk and consult with your invisible companion to get you through things.
Okay.
Did you want me to keep the floor lava thing?
Unless you want a new one.
I don't care.
All right, you can keep it. We are in a playground after all. Okay,
Yep.
Cookie, you may continue.
All right, so Cookie is going to take the crystal that Billy really likes and a mirror and going to be doing some magical tinkering. Because Cookie's been paying attention and because they share a bond together in the brain veins. What Cookie's going to do is she's going to imbue some magic into it, into the mirror and like the stone together and kind of like wrap them together in some twine and like lay them on the ground and then take a little bit of a match and light a little fire underneath it. It's going to start glowing almost like a hologram of a glowing little boy version of Wild Thorn and a baby killer whale, like a distraction to take the vision of the nanny to stop them from getting to the boys.
It's really interesting. So, in artificer words, you casting minor illusion. Is that what we're?
I'm doing it. I'm doing magical tinkering, baby.
Okay.
Oh,
Magical.
That's
tinkering.
fun.
Will you give me full
Yeah,
explanation?
and
of
one
that?
of the. Okay, so magical tinkering. Hold on, I gotta take this off my face a little bit. So it has a couple of things that it can do if I choose, but one of which is a static visual effect appears on one of the object's surfaces. The effect can be a picture or up to 20 words of text and a shape or a mixture of elements if you like.
Nice. Okay. Sick. All right. Well,
So
what
I
want you
did
to
it
do-
to create an illusion of Billy and a Wild Thorn.
Right.
This will in fact break this stone.
Oh. Sad.
Thorn
Afterwards.
doesn't know that right now. Thorn
He
doesn't know that.
Okay. And
That's okay. That's why it's Billy's favorite and not Wild Thorn's favorite stone.
You're trying to do like a remove curse kind of thing where it goes into the minor illusion instead of into Wild Thorn. And I think that's very fun. But I want to know if that's going to work. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll just against the target number to see if it works.
Yeah, it's literally just to distract Nanny McPhee.
Right. So let's see if she gets distracted. Natural 20, baby. Cheers, everybody.
Lord of all! Cookie cannot be stopped. Cookie is the bringer of the end of days.
Prophet comes out. Okay. You feel the gaze off of you, Wild Thorn, before you take your turn. The effects are still a little bit on you, but they don't feel as strong.
Oh, Why do I feel like I'm hungover? I usually don't feel like this, like on a college morning. Oh shit.
And I need you to tell me, when you reopen your eyes, does the playground still look happy or does it look dark again?
It's weird. It's like it's kind of like flickering. Like I know what it should look like, but I'm kind of like twitching in and out of it. So it's a little headache inducing, which is why it's like, oh, my head. And I think like this does give Thorn just that little bit of more agency. Like, again, we're probably like I said, college, like late, like early 20s, like very much like, you know, we're in the full druid, deep in druid training. So feeling a little bit more powerful with the magic. And so I think in this moment, Thorn is just kind of like, again, realizing this ground is still bad. There's something wrong with the ground. And Thorn is like frustrated. And so there's these like this playground, like in the real world, these look to be like old paint cans that are rusted and decaying and smelly. But then like, no, they're just little toadstools that are painted all really cute. And you can like hop between them. So that way I don't have to touch the ground, because again, there's something wrong with the ground, people. And so as I jump, there's like one of those, if you've ever been to like one of those playgrounds, you know, they have the giant play set and there's like a slide and like a bridge and maybe there's like a pole that goes down. And it's like, so we make it over to that main island. And as I'm, you know, I want to do a survival check to see, there's something again about this place that I feel like Thorn is on the cusp of figuring out.
Okay. Hit it.
It's so survival.
Cookie good at digging.
25. Jesus.
That is a 25.
Okay.
So, in this moment, in seeing both the nasty, the good, it's almost like I remember when we first got in, she was reading to kids in the sandbox. And I look over to the slide and you see there's one of these little ghosts that it appears like it didn't necessarily get turned by Mort. It's holding on to the inside of the slide and going, if you can find my favorite car, my little cart my little horse and cart, if you can find it where she gets her power. And he like peeks back down. And then again, my eyes seem to lock on the sandbox.
Okay. Hey, you brought in the quest, so we'll give you another couch coin. Very good. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And so I'll like look out to me and it's like, hey, I'm gonna try to like bake, I guess, a like to Mort, like I'm still under the effects fully of the thing to kind of hey, Mort, maybe you would have fun like digging in the sand. Remember, like when you were like when you told me you did when you were like you know at your birthday party that one time. Maybe we should go dig in the sandbox, Mort.
Performance roll to try and sound like a child.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it. I have a +2, 7.
All right, Mort, take with that what you will.
Actually, I will use I will use one of my couch coins to succeed.
I mean,
Nice.
but Constance Hornigold isn't paying attention to Wild Thorn because of the hologram.
Yeah, but he's trying to with Mort and but what we could do,
because I know Mort,
we'll give you advantage on it. But you want to spend a couch coin, we'll give you advantage because of the hologram.
Okay.
They also get advantage because of my draconic cry.
That's right. So maybe I don't even use the couch coin because it's technically
True. We'll take it. It's a 9. You might want to use the couch coin still. That's all I'm saying.
Might want to. All right. I'll do that. Yeah, we'll just use that. I have 3 at this point, so yeah, I'll use 2. I'll get down to 2.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, and that's I'll pass it off to Mort, just being like, Mort, we're digging the sandbox.
You got advantage from the thing, and then you still failed.
So you re-roll it twice.
Oh, re-roll it again. Oh, okay. I thought the couch coin just let that was the narrative, like it just happens thing.
Oh, yes. Sure.
Get right, knowing the rules better than the DM.
I know. My brain was another place.
You're good.
Very good. All right, Mort, we're finally back to you, friend.
So, meanwhile, Mort is still hopping over. And if you've ever seen some of the old, like the old 1940s cartoons, or even like a Gamera movie, a turtle trying to skip is kind of an interesting thing. He skips over, and just as Thorn is saying, "Hey, Mort," I turn to my friend Shelly, who's there, and I'm like, "Hey, let's try the horse thing." And as Wildthorn is saying that, Shelly and I are trying to get on the horse, but it breaks because I'm still 400 and something pounds. And so that shatters underneath me.
I feel like
and
the big spring just kind of bends.
Yeah, it just crunch. And you see it like half buried in the ground. And Shelly goes, "I think you're too big. Let's see what your friend says." And I'm like, "That's a good idea, Shelly." And I look over and I see where Thorn's pointing, and it's a sandbox. And it's really nice. There's a nice lady there, and she's reading a story, and there's some kids there, and that's really nice. And Shelly, do you think we can go watch a book, or watch somebody read a book? And she's like, I don't know how to read. I'm like, well, that's okay. We'll tell you. And this conversation from the outside is Mort going, "Oh, Shelly, yeah, that's a great idea." And he's sort of talking back and forth to himself as he's going.
We need to have a talk about psychosis. Oh, no.
Very good.
And
Are
he
we going
starts
to
to
have a
wander
good
over.
sit-down about trauma?
And he looks over, and there's a kid on the slide who's sitting there, and he's waving, and he says something about a horse, but I don't know. So Shelly and I go over, and we sit down on the edge of the sandbox, and I hear another crunching noise, but it's all in the sand, so it's nice. And we're listening to the story, and then I realize I've heard this story before. I hate this story. And Shelly says, I don't think that she's really here. And what I'd like to do is see if I can shake this off with a wisdom save, because something doesn't feel right, because I hate this fucking story.
Nice.
Yeah. It's about that lady that makes soup out of rocks, and it's really stupid, and I hate it.
Down soup?
Why did
I
that
hate
just
that.
unlock something? Why did that remind me of something?
Wisdom save.
Nice.
25.
Can I add a little bit
And as
as
a-
you start to wake up? Do you like?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
shaking
Go
your
ahead.
head and your vision like fizzles and everything's dark and foggy, and then beautiful and dark and foggy, and you look down like it like in your ass. I don't know what you had planned for it, but in my mind, you sat down on an old like beer bottle that a bum left there in the sandbox, and you crunched it. And you
That's
look
close
out
enough.
to the sandbox, and there's just like broken glass and like razor blades and needles and shit all in all the glass, and you shake your head, and it's all beautiful. And the lady's reading a book, and then you're back again, and you're in the darkness. But as you break free, you hear like this whispering noise from the lady, like the children. And I'm gonna say, Cookie, you see from Mort's ears like black mist like comes out of his ears and like leaves his head. But also, your
The
imaginary friend is-
foretelling of the coming of the second god.
very good, Cookie. Very good.
Shelly's still there, but instead of being Shelly, she's a turtle, but there's an octopus head there because it's busy still eating her. But
It's
I don't really notice
It's a
that.
nightmare now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's okay because that's still my friend Shelly.
All right. What roll do you want to make? Oh, you made the wisdom check. Okay.
Wisdom save, yeah.
You're here. At the same
And I'll say, oh, hey, something's weird about the sandbox. I think A, I broke it. B, the lady's gone. And I'm just looking around, and I will hand it off that.
Nice. And I'm going to take a little turn here at the bottom of initiative. You guys look around, and it looks like the fog is starting to roll back in. And I believe the effects of turn undead are starting to wear off, and some of the little kid spirits are wandering back in. The one that was in the playground has now wandered over to Wildthorn, get a little bit closer, and he's like, "Help me find my toy. Help me find it.
Right. Small child.
My toy. Do you want to play with me?" Trying to be as creepy as possible.
No.
Well, I'm terrified.
That's a little weird, isn't it, Shelley? Yeah, it is.
My cloaca made a fist.
I feel like I need to
you
go
my
to the
mommy?
No.
bathroom.
Okay.
Are you my
Cookie
mommy?
And
Hey,
Wildthorn.
DM,
Combo initiative. Back to you. Yes.
I'm so scared. I think I might need to go to the bathroom. Can we break maybe for just a moment?
Cheese and rice. I didn't realize what fucking time it was. Yeah, we're going to take 5 minutes and use the bathroom, everybody, and we'll come back at the top of initiative. Sorry about that. Thank you for the reminder. We'll be right back, y'all. After a quick I gotta pee thumbnail
scared.
pose. Everybody, you gotta pee. Those Mort just disappears.
Oh, I didn't realize. Just like,
All right, we'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back, my lovely bunch of coconuts. It is I, Turk. Hello, good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining us, being here tonight, or rewatching the VOD on YouTube, or re-listening on Spotify. Hello, thank you so much. You rock. Make sure to subscribe. Appreciate it. Anyways, we're back here at the show. This is Improv Quest, the show where everything is made up on the spot, and the dice rolls are the only thing that matters. Which means we're gonna start with Cookie. How's it going, Cookie? Hello, good to see you.
And Cookie
Hello.
doing okay. Cookie really big, and Cookie like being really big. I didn't know this is what I needed, was to be 4 feet tall instead of 2 feet tall. This feels great.
Hell yeah, Mort.
Mort is a little confused because he's sitting. He thought he was in a sandbox with his friend Shelley, listening to a story, but now he's picking needles like he's on the Jersey Shore out of his leg where he sat down, and there's bits of broken glass on his shell, and it's a little confusing for him right now because it looks all ghostly and very scary, and there's a little kid talking to Wildthorn that is kind of freaking me out a little, I'll be honest. I think I got some of the bad mushrooms.
I bet. Ray. I mean, Wildthorn. Hello.
And Wildthorn he thought he was on a playground like jungle gym set, but it's actually what looks to be like 3 like old cars like stacked on top of each other, and there's like some tires, and there's like an old refrigerator with the door hanging off, and it looks like we're in a dump a little bit. It seems like it's actually a dump. I think we're in a dump, guys. I feel like anyway. And so, yeah, we've been fighting what seems to be maybe a poltergeist, a specter, a spirit that seems to be trapping souls here in a childlike state in order to control them, keep them safe. We don't actually know, but it seems that we are about to discover something because Wildthorn has determined the ground is evil.
Indeed. And we start back at the top of initiative. Reminder for the current chaos cards this scene, and the target number is 15 currently. The chaos cards are the Cookie, believes that they're a prophet. Wildthorn is afraid of the ground, the floor is lava, and Mort is seeing an imaginary friend. And we're starting off with Cookie and Wildthorn because you guys got the same initiative, so you guys have combo initiative. And so you guys can take your turns together for extra bonuses. If you guys want to add any elements to the scene and let us know what the hell your characters are doing, feel free to discuss together. Let us know whoever wants to go first.
I think to kick things off, I kind of so Wild Thorn, again, like it's weird because Thorn is kind of still slipping in and out fully. They haven't fully shaken off. Thankfully, Cookie's wonderful artificer magic of using Billy's favorite stone to project a image of both of them as a distraction to whatever this spirit is definitely helping. But as being someone who seems to be split and torn between worlds, the sandbox, the needles, the looking around, it's like we're in a city, but then we're in a park, but then we're in a city, but then we're in a park. And there's something, I think, deep down with that survival check that he passed last time and really believing that the ground is evil. Wild Thorn is going to cast Erupting Earth. This is, I choose a point on the ground, and I'm going to do it so that Mort is out of this because I don't want Mort hurt.
Thank
And
you.
I'm casting this at 3rd level. Choose a point you see on the ground within range, and a fountain of churned earth in stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on the point. Each creature within the area must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Additionally, the ground in the area becomes difficult terrain until cleared. Each 5-foot square portion requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
Jesus.
And so I'm
That's
like,
pretty badass.
the ground is evil. And in doing that, this again, the needles and the glass, everything starts to shake. The specter starts to look around. They need to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. In this throw, where do you picture them at currently?
So again, we see the ghost children have started to come back into that central point. We have like what looks to be the old lady, but like the hollowed sunken cheeks, the jaw a little bit too wide, the bones cracking unnaturally in the movement, kind of like it seems like they're trying to bring them in.
Where do you see her at? Like where's
Right in the center.
of the
Right in the center of that sandbox, reading to the kids,
Oh, so
but not.
she was the one that was reading.
So like in our world, big scary lady. In Happy Fun Land, it's just a sweet old lady reading some books to some kids, man.
Okay. Fuck yeah. DC 15? Is that what you
Yes.
That's an 18.
Well, they still take half
Damn.
damage.
Nice.
So-
Roll me some damage.
3d12. Here.
8.
8.
So take 4. Okay.
So yeah, and I would hope in this moment, it's almost like when you look down again in the city, they've made like a cobblestone street, and we're in a cobblestone little trash area, and in bringing forth, yes, the specter in the middle takes damage, but nature, actual sand for a sandbox would be created in doing this. And so Thorn's trying to assess that maybe this is something to do with the fact that we're in this giant city of cobblestone streets and taverns, and there is no place to play. There is no place to just be in nature within the walls of the city.
I'm going to spend a couch coin to take turn. Because every time a player spends one, I get one. So that's my encouragement to give them to them. So they spend them so I get them. Now that I have it, I'm going to take turn. And as the ground erupts, yes, glass, needles, cobblestone, crazy shit, just everywhere. I imagine it like a broken fire hydrant. And the specter takes damage, and she goes, ah! And she poofs into mist as the shit just goes everywhere. And Mort and his imaginary friend are thrown back a little bit, but you guys kind of roll on your shells. You don't take any damage. You dodge out of the way. And up through the air, you see this little toy. And it's like a video game. It's like glowing. You spot it. It's what the kid was after. And it begins to fall down to the ground slowly. If anybody wants to try and catch it, I want you guys to roll me a dexterity check. And Mort and Wildthorn, remember to get advantage from the the beginning. How many rounds does that last?
I don't know. Cookie got a 1.
Yeah, you did.
Thorn, I won't roll because he was casting the spell.
Okay.
But in seeing Cookie go for it and trip a little bit, I'm going to use my ability and be like, Cookie, and kind of give them like a little push, and they'll get to reroll.
Yeah.
Hold on. So I don't know how long Draconic Cry lasts.
Okay.
So it says, as a bonus action, you let out a cry your enemies within 10 feet of you until the start of your next turn. So it might just be until start of next turn.
All right.
But you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against them. Those enemies that you could hear you, you can use the trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
All right. Copy that. Okay, Cookie Butt. With Wildthorn's ability, his Scoutmaster training, he's pushing you and giving you another try.
Oh. Industrious.
Ooh, fucking 19.
You got a 21!
You go,
Good job, Cookie. You can do it.
You lunge and fall, and Wildthorn grabs you and throws you. Get out there, do it again! Pushes you into your back, and you roll up, and then you catch it in your hand.
Yeah, Cookie does a couple of flips in the air and catches it, and then like tucks it underneath inside of her and rolls down to the ground like an armadillo.
Very cool. Very cool.
We've been practicing.
With this thing, you're looking at it, and it looks like a little red fire truck. Is that what we talked about? That's what I imagine. A little wooden red fire truck. And as you're holding it, all of a sudden it gets really cold. And I know my turn's going long here, but I'm setting up a cool thing. It gets really cold. And then you look up, and the old crackling bones, you hear them as you look up, and her elbows are going way wrong ways, but her hands are also on it. She's like, finally, my power! And the fire truck begins to disappear inside of her body as she grows. And she materializes in the normal world from the weird playground as this specter. Everybody
Is
roll
it
initiative.
entirely dissolved? Wait, is it entirely dissolved? Because technically you skipped over me and my joint thing with Ray.
Oh, yeah?
Like
Yeah.
so like, is it entirely dissolved, or while it's dissolved, do I get to do a thing while it's dissolving?
Sure. Well, how about this? We'll let the dice decide. Highs or
Okay.
lows?
Let's go highs.
Okay. It's a 72. You get a thing.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is as it starts to dissolve, I'm gonna tighten my grip on it, and I'm gonna say, "Steel Defender, bitch." And the car is actually gonna start transforming into what would normally be Tozus, but essentially now is a giant Trucules.
Oh shit! So you're using her own power against her.
Yeah, and I'm making my Steel Defender out of it.
Fucking badass. Okay, I love that.
Wait, so are you making a
but-
transformer that you can ride?
Yes.
Yes!
It's fucking cool. But what I'm gonna say is both things happen. So she comes into the world, and you, from what's left of this truck, turn it into this specter. But I'm also gonna, one more time, highs or lows?
Let's go highs again.
Okay. It's a 94. So you see that the piece of the truck that you kept was like a part of her body. She's missing her left arm in the material plane.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right, everybody, roll initiative.
Let's do it. And this will be a new scene too.
Yeah, this will be a new scene.
Oh, that's not initiative. Don't look at that. Actually, yeah. It's
Mort's like,
Weirdly enough, the turtle loses initiative again.
the lowest initiative I've rolled, finally.
damn.
He got a 9.
I got a rock.
I got a
But tasty rocks. Stone soup.
Fuck that book.
stone soup.
Okay. Now she has a stat sheet.
Shelly hates it too. Yeah, I kind of do.
We really gotta talk later. We gotta have a sit down about these full visual delusions.
What, you don't see Shelly?
Damn. She got a 7. So she's. Wait, where's Mort's? Mort got a 3.
Mort
Dang.
is 3.
So she's after Cookie before Scoutmaster.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Cookie, what do you do? And also,
Alright,
you can still add like objects and things to the scene if you want to. Elemental stuff. You just can't control them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fine. So sorry, Cookie got a hair in her mouth.
It's cool.
Oh, no.
So Cookie gonna actually scamper up, who is now donned Trucules.
Nice.
Scamper up to the top of Trucules and get kind of a survey of what this whole situation is. She sees that Wild Thorn is on like near the jungle gyms. Mort is kind of like off center of the sandbox, talking to himself in a very concerning way. And this malformed woman that looks like something at a fucking Crimson Peak or some shit, it has her sights trained like completely on Trucules. And I don't know if that gives him any special powers because he's made out of her powers, but we'll cross that bridge when we fuck it. So Cookie in this is going to actually whip out her little crossbow, and she's gonna go, just like try to ping it off of get her.
All right. Roll to hit. Let's go.
Working on it. You can't see well.
Nine plus 3 is 12. Oh, Cookie. Sorry, but
Did we re-roll Did we re-roll the target number though for initiative?
She has an AC.
Ah, okay. But Cookie get a double attack.
All right.
Cause Cookie gonna do it again. She's just gonna load one off. It's gonna pink right off of her, and then she's gonna load it up again, and it's gonna pink right off of her again. It's not going Cookie's way.
I'm sorry, Cookie. Okay, does Trucules have an action?
Are we gonna count this as like the start of a new round of turn? Because technically he doesn't get one when he's first born.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nikki 2291 used reroll Cookie.
Hey.
Oh,
Nikki
thank
with the help.
you. Cookie.
Thank you, chat.
Cookie love Nikki.
Nikki's keeping us on our toes tonight. We appreciate it.
That's even worse.
I feel like you go to
Cookie
reload
got a
it,
nut.
then you shoot Trucules in the back of what would be his ear and give him a little piercing, and he's going to take 1d4 damage. Four damage.
Thanks for the crit fail, Nikki. It made it funnier.
All right. Does he get an action? What does he do?
Hold on. Cookie gonna do it. Okay. Well, no, because if it pings off of him, doesn't it have to go off of his AC?
It's just a crit fail.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was either you or him, and I figured it was funnier if it was him.
Fair enough. Okay, for his turn, we're gonna do a melee weapon attack. So he's got big truck arms, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a big melee attack. Let's see. Let's see if this works.
14 is a hit.
Hey! How do I roll the damage? There. All right, hold on. Hard to read. For 1d8 force damage? What? Does that make sense?
1d8 force damage. Yeah, roll me 1d8.
Okay.
8 damage. Nice. Very good.
So what he does is he comes down with his big, like, metal truck arms onto her shoulders like a haymaker and just kind of, like, thunks her straight to the ground onto her knees.
Jeez.
Kneel before your master!
Okay. She goes down to the ground. Now, as a reminder as well, we're keeping that 4 damage from the earthquake thing that happened. That's staying in. She's still keeping that, yeah. She has lair actions. She's going to use her lair action to manifest haunting whispers that go around all of your ears, like. To distract all of you, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving
18. Nice, Wildthorn. Cookie must have the Tinker Top Bolt Blaster. That's right.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Everybody succeeded. Okay. Nothing happens.
Yeah, she discombobulated from getting hit by a literal truck.
As she sees that all 3 of you guys aren't affected by her whisper, she gets mad and her face cracks and her bones clickety-clack. And she floats a little bit back up to her feet. And she emits a banshee-like scream that goes out into a 30-foot cone. And each creature in that area must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, which I'm going to say is all 3 of you guys. And mentally, your imaginary friend Shelly, Mort, if you...
Cookie got a 13. Cookie gonna get
18?
chopped up.
18, huh? All right, Wild Thorn. Looks like Thorn's the only one that succeeded. All right.
So Mort jumps over and tries to shield Shelly, but you just see him like lay in some of the sand and he's like pulling sand in. And so Shelly saves, but Mort doesn't.
Okay, you're saving your friend. I love that. All right. As a result, everyone who failed the check, being you two, takes 6d8 psychic damage.
Ooh.
What does that even mean?
33 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody but Wild Thorn. Additionally, you are stunned for your next turn. And on a successful save, you only take half as much damage. So we'll call it 16 for you, Thorn.
Okay. Ow.
Yo, Morton jumped over to save Shelly and now isn't getting an attack
Ben
on
uses
his own
used rear
turn.
Mort.
Oh, all right. Hey, Ben might help you here.
Well, was that a reroll?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You hate to see it.
That's too many. Ouch.
That's even worse.
It's even worse. It's like, there's one thing, like, I'm always down to give damage and make things happen, but the one thing is the Dungeon Master always makes me sad when I see players not get enough turns. And when we were doing our Mind Flayer campaign, they just did that shit where they just stunned everybody the whole time. And man, was it sad. So I ended up giving all the players these, like, items to help them with being brain stunned. Because it's the one thing I hate. I'm sorry, Mort. Is basically what I'm saying. Anyways, that ends her turn. Nope, that just
Now
ends her turn.
Wild Thorn's turn.
Now it's Wild Thorn. and you're not stunned.
Yep. So I think, again, like we're in the fight now, and Thorn has, like, for the most part, it's a pretty chill guy. You never see, like, he's always a happy scoutmaster, always encouraging, but whenever I see an injustice, Thorn gets a little prickly, like roses do have thorns. And so just seeing this, I think Thorn realizes that everyone's seen Billy in this group, but Thorn has never really shown them what Billy can do. And so I look at Billy and I reach out my hand, and you see Billy like sink into the ground, almost like they're being swallowed up by it. And for a moment, Cookie would look over and think, oh my God, it's finally happened. The whale is dead. And instead, popping out of the ground, I sent you a picture in Discord, Turk. But Billy's skin is now, you see Billy leap out of the ground, and their skin is now white. They have what looks to be a pink mane flowing off the back of them, a giant glittering horn. And I am casting Billy in his unicorn form as a bonus action.
I'm more sitting in Turk's lap.
This is my spirit totem. As a bonus action, I can magically summon a spirit to the point I can see. It lasts for 1 whole minute, or until you're incapacitated. So that is important here for a stun encounter. The spirit creates an aura in a 30-foot radius. So literally, if I set Billy in the middle of us, leaping out of the ground in this unicorn form, everyone has advantage on any check to detect any sort of hidden creature or any creature. And then also any heal spells do an additional 5 healing to everyone. So as my bonus action, this beautiful unicorn killer whale appears in a floating aura. Like, let me help you all. And
no, just let me die.
Oh, why hello, Cookie. It is still I, Billy. I am different, but better.
I'd rather die than you help me, you virtual signaling hack.
And I will always care for you as well, Cookie. And through him, he will blow out of his blowhell a mist that covers all of us, and I will cast Healing Word.
Hell yeah. Badass.
Actually, no, I'm going to make everyone, so we'll do Cure Wounds instead. No, wait, hold on. Don't I have a mass heal? Hold on.
I love to visualize it. You better have a mass heal, because that's such a cool visual.
I think I do have a mass heal. It's a druid. Come on, druids. Swear to God. Because half of my spells aren't in Foundry, so I'm having to swap back and forth between D&D Beyond and...
Shit, sorry about that.
Yeah, same.
Remind me of the next session, and I'll update it for you.
Bless you and your kind soul.
I've been
so sorry.
Shepherd Druids. He is gorgeous, Scoutmaster.
Yeah.
I love that you call him Scoutmaster.
Mass Healing Word, that's the one.
Nice.
That is... Sorry, casting it at a 3rd level because it's the highest spell slot I have. That's my last 3rd level spell.
Nice.
It's 1d4 plus the spellcasting modifier, which my spellcasting modifier is a 7. So 7 plus a d4 is to 1. So 8 plus 5. 13 healing to everybody.
Very good. Very good.
Thank God.
Cool, I'm not quite dead.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Listen, every little bit helps.
He was pretty close to death, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
More was in tough shape there.
This
yeah,
I am here to offer my assistance and toss the hair. Do everything I can.
I want to add visuals too, like to the environment. Like it's so dark and dingy in like the city. And then this beautiful, majestic whale comes out of the ground. And I almost picture like water effects, even though there's no water. It's like the ground is made out of water. And this just rainbow, like, and there's just like this bit around the whale that kind of like is actually, better looking. It's like nice and rainbow.
They've got the superhero hair, but there's no wind. It's just
yeah. The wind is all still and everything. Yeah. Okay. Mort, that doesn't your turn, right, Thorn?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Thorn or Mort. Even though you can't take an action, you can still add some elements to the scene here, and stuff like that.
So I'm going to add a couple of elements. So he's kind of trying to shake off whatever that was. He's got the worst goddamn headache right now. And there's this big blinking light that's all his vision is. It's like when a camera flash goes off. That's all he sees is this thing. But then he looks down and Shelley says, "Hey, you should take a look around. Watch what you're sitting on." And I am going to say, feel free to throw a change if this is not cool. Where all the erupting earth came up, there are all these bones that are laying around where everything came up, and they look like all the bones of creatures and kids that she brought in and trapped in there. And so you see the bones all there, and you sort of see little bits of soul coming off and feeding into her.
Damn. That's pretty dark.
Shit got dark. Shit got real dark,
right,
y'all.
Yeah. I ain't no grave robbing, but hey, that makes sense. Yeah.
And he's just busy trying to get that thing out of his eye.
Damn.
That's, I guess, my turn.
Yeah. Mort's over there just spinning in a pile of kid bones on his shell. It's pretty fun. All right. This brings us back to the very top, tippy top of initiative with Cookie. Cookie, what do?
Cookie doing okay, and she hates the fact that she was just healed by that stupid whale. Like, goddamn, like if you wanted to be a narwhal, I would have respected you more. And like Cookie just.
Same to you though, but I will add that your fucking Transformer still gets an action. I didn't make them do this. I didn't figure they have a brain. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're an infused item. That's what they are.
Yeah.
He's Trucules. No, Cookie just sitting there dazed, kind of like, jeez. Big scary lady. And she's like cackling and like leering and meow. But Steel Defender boy, my sweet boy, once again is gonna do that force empowered rend. He's gonna come in and he's gonna try to like shove an arm through her, like
nice.
Just do like a big fucking. $22.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That was, yeah.
And we're
so that's
considering he's using his arm, but we're considering himself a magical item, right? Because if he wasn't a magical item, she non-magical attacks. You know what I mean? But he himself, and he's hitting with, so we're still taking it. So hit me with some damage.
And he's hitting with her own power too. So I imagine she's vulnerable to her own shit.
Right.
All right, so 1d8 damage. 2.
Tough. All right, 2 damage. Okay. He swings down, hits her with it. You know, you could see that she definitely is a little bit weak to her own shit as he makes connection. There's like this, like, you ever seen like Harry Potter, like Dementor type shit? It's like sucking the soul out. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. You can see she gazes over to where Mort is with the ground and everything going on over there, everything that got brought up from the earth, and she sees it, and you can tell she's a little scared about it. She even kind of floats over to protect it a little bit. Now she has her back to Mort, and she's facing you guys instead, and she sees
That's really stupid.
big ass whale. She's like, he hasn't attacked yet, he's not a threat. I'm trying to be in her mindset. She sees this big ass whale, and she's going to reach out her hand towards it and use Chilling Touch on Billy, because I just imagine that's what she would do. She has a +7 to hit. That's an 18.
I have his stat block. Give me a second. Billy has a stat block, y'all. Billy's armor class is a 12.
12. Okay, so that hits. He takes 11 damage, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw, or he'll have disadvantage on his attack rolls next turn.
No worries. He has a +1 to con, so
Beat a 15.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. So he has disadvantage next time around.
that's all
And
right.
then she uses another layer action. And she floats, and she dims the light all around this little circle, like all in her little layer area she has here, causing all of the bright light, even coming from the unicorn Billy himself, turns down into dim light and extinguishes all the flames around this whole corner of the city. And it's almost like the only light is coming from the horn of Billy himself, just this circle here. But it's dim light. All right, Wild Thorn.
All right. And so, again, it seems that we're fighting this thing, but it is definitely very, very strong. And it seems that we are not necessarily, like, maybe we'll win. It seems right now that everyone's really hurting. This thing is super powerful, and it seems all hope is lost. But what we don't realize, and we're so engaged in this fight, and I think Wildthorn takes a second to kind of like, again, we're in that little, he's still maybe experiencing that little glitch effect, and the shapes are starting to still get closer. But we realize now, and as Wildthorn looks away, that they're not menacing. They look angry, but not at us. And maybe with the eruption of their bones now exposed and the actual truth of their state laid bare to them, they all at once in a mass action rush towards this nanny individual. What do we call her? What was it?
Gold.
Horny Gold.
Constance?
They rush towards Constance Horny Gold. They run towards Constance Horny Gold, and basically, like annoying children, start tugging at their like, hey, pay attention. Hey, I have a question. Hey, why are you like this? Hey, why is it dark? Hey, can you tell us what's going on? Hey, why did you murder me? Hey, and so in order to add a little bit of maybe a distraction even more so to this creature, and I would say that maybe she needs to roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
All right, I'm down. But first of all, that's a good element to add to a battle right there. That was very well done. Very well done.
Cool.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. She has a 9. Stats. I actually have those now. +2. That's an 11. We don't have a general target number currently. I'm gonna roll one. That's a 9. 9 is general target number. I'll roll it on screen. So, do we want to take the 9 or the 16? Because this will go for her and for y'all. So it's a toss-up.
Obviously, the 9.
Okay, we're taking the 9, which means she succeeds on the wisdom saving throw.
Right. And with that, I think Thorn is still seeing that we've got to still try stuff. And so the last thing that Thorn will do on their turn is I'm going to cast not well being a druid. I'm going to cast you, Jesus Christ. Spellcasters, guys.
Fucking spellcasters.
Oh, there it is. I had it clicked. That's why I couldn't read it. I was like, "Where are you? Where are you?"
Also, can I say real quick? You said these things are exposed, and I was like, "Dude, Bones Exposed, good song. It's of Mice and Men." Anyways,
so I cast Healing Spirit. So in front of Billy, there is what looks to be kind of a projected version of Thorn, but instead Thorn is wearing what looks to be a nurse's outfit. And it's like, all right, campers, now remember to heal yourself. I want each and every one of you to try to rewrap your bandages whenever you can, okay? Because remember, tightness equals healing. And this healing spirit, you call forth a spirit, 5-foot cube within range. And until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you see in your group that moves into the spirit space for the first time or starts their turn there, they restore 1d6 points of healing. No action is required. The spells can't heal, undead, but it can heal them 7 times total. So within the next 7 rounds of people being in this aura, everyone's going to heal 11 or 1d6 plus 5 healing. Healing. Let me shepherd you.
Okay. So Mark's just talking to Shelly for a second. Oh, she seems really bad. What's with all the little kids? They're violating the natural order. Kanabia would not be pleased. You're absolutely right. And this is where Mort would like to use a couch coin to fuck with the effects of the spell and the results therein with the scene set before us. So, Mort looks around, sees all the little wounds on the ice, right? And so what Mort does is cast Animate Dead to bring the skeletons to life, but the healing spirit combined with Animate Dead and all the angry children's spirits restore the children to the bones and bringing, you see them starting to heal and still grabbing at her, but they're kids again. And Mort's like, you don't violate the natural order. And he's also going to just take a shot at her with Beaky, which is just a bonk of his staff.
Beautiful.
A 15. Five damage plus whatever you want to assign to the kids that are all just sort of like slapping the shit out of her now.
2,291 just redeemed couch coin. Mort, that was awesome.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that.
All deserved.
Let's go with Lowe's this time. Damn it.
Mark is muted.
I was muted there for a minute. My dog was barking, so that's my bad. Okay. Then let's rewind. Very good, Mort. Yeah, dude, that was fucking sick. I don't know how long I was muted for, but because I was muted, so that actually didn't happen. What I want to say is highs or lows, Mort, and if you succeed, I'll let you explain how the kid's into this thing. That's crazy. Highs or lows?
Fuck it, let's stick with lows.
Here we go. 80.
God damn it.
Right. Wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. You had a
Not this
shot
turn.
twice. Yeah.
That's actually 008. I'm just gonna put that out there. That's actually 008.
That's
That's
Hooray, I win.
Grabbing at all of her like. she's
Or
got
I could take the
draping-
couch coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Turk. You have this.
Like her draping clothes that have materialized into the real plane. The kids begin to materialize into the real plane as well, and they start ripping all the clothes off of this ugly looking lady, just ripping her skin off and just pulling her down. They're like, "Why? Come and play with us, lady, play with us. Oh, why are we here? Why have you done this? Play with us." And they just start pulling her down and down and down, and she like starts sinking into the ground, like the places where her material legs have been pulled off, her spirit starts sinking into the ground. She can no longer fly around or move anywhere. She is stuck in one place because of these kids. And we're at the top of initiative with Cookie.
crossbow.
All right.
Cookie just gonna plunk her in the
Pause.
noggin.
Play!
Backstage_bard just redeemed pause. Add time.
Damn it, there were a couple times I was going to do it, but resisted the urge.
I only did it because there was an ad and I didn't want chat to miss anything here in the finale.
Oh, I didn't realize.
All right, Cookie. Crossbow. It's a 5. So it misses. As you shoot, not only does it miss, it just kind of seems like it doesn't affect her. Because your crossbow is magical.
God damn. All right, well, Cookie, listen, Cookie technically gets 2 turns, but Cookie don't know what she gonna do. So she gonna let out another draconic cry.
Nice. That's helpful.
Yeah, and so it's all you get.
Nikki 2291 just redeemed couch coin. Cookie.
Oh, thanks. I don't deserve it, but I appreciate your candor.
All right. Then what does Transformer do?
Transformer once again is gonna just pound her like mincemeat into the ground once again.
Okay.
I got his thing up. Hold on. I just gotta.
Nice. Natural 20!
Yeah!
Ooh, yeah.
Hell yeah! This means we do, crit hits here, crunchy crits on natural 20s on attacks, which means you do the full damage plus the dice roll. So he rolls a d8 for damage, right? So you're going to do 8 damage plus 6, which is really good. That makes it 14. Cookie.
Yeah.
As he waves his arm and this energy is getting sucked out of this spirit, she begins to fade away, and I'm going to leave it to you to describe how she dies.
Yes. All right. So he lands one final leg pound into the ground, and she just gets, and her body just like it just splatters everywhere, like all over the kids' faces, all over the playground equipment. But as it does, it actually starts to glow and sparkle, and the sparkles lift up, and they actually get sucked into Trucules. Essentially taking the rest of the power from the toy truck and imbuing it the rest of the way into Trucules. And Trucules gets down on one knee and kneels before the children.
He becomes the new guardian of the playground.
Yeah.
I love that. before this.
Savior of children, Trucules, the coming of the second god.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Couch coin, you brought the profit back. Very good. We're going to let Wildthorn and Mort take a chance to add some elements to the scene as it ends before we cut back to the tavern. Wildthorn.
Mort, I'll default to you.
Okay. Mort.
So Mort gets up and says, well, that worked really well, Shelley. Thanks for the idea. And he kind of walks over and he starts putting his hand out, and he's just going to be doing like little healing work kids because they probably are a little bruised and everything.
Nice.
And at one point you just
What
see
words are you
Mort.
saying?
I'm giving words of comfort to the kids. It's like,
Nice.
it's okay. You're fine. And each time he says it, he puts his hand out and healing word on the kids.
Hell yeah.
And then at one point he looks down and you just see him reach down and pick something up and put it into his bag. But then that's all he's doing is he's going and doing little heals on the kids. And I'll toss it over to Wildthorn.
All
right. So however you want to split it, Turk, that's 21 healing also from the spirit aura and Billy and all of that to just hopefully like fully get these kids back to, where they were before they.
With the combo of the spirit and Billy, that he heals them, but it also heals the environment a little bit, if you want to describe it.
I was gonna jump into that.
Ooh.
I had a thing planned, sir. So
That's good.
as the healing aura just kind of dissipates, and again, Billy's still like every now and then spurting the water, and the kids are kind of laughing as it hits them in the face. And the erupting ground, as well as Wildthorn has Druidcraft, and then we also have Shape Water, and using the churned up earth and all of the druid like to blow away the needles in the glass and to shape the metal. Like we'll spend a few minutes here to like bend the cars into an actual like slide, a metal slide, and there'll be like a swing set of vines and the ground to try to heal this area. And popping up where the sandbox was is a little wooden sign. And Chad, if you would like to use a suggestion right here at the end to name our new park.
Right here in Randomonia.
Right here in Randomonia. What is this park that was once a place of evil and fear and sadness? And again, as this happens, I would say probably also narratively, it's like the beautiful sky comes out. All of a sudden people look out their windows like, Billy, little Timmy, Susie.
And then while that's happening, while they're fixing things up, Cookie's actually gonna jet, like she's gonna leave for a little bit, and she's gonna crawl down into the sewer systems of the city, and she's actually gonna go find the nearest kobold colony. And she's gonna talk to them about like, hey, there's these kids that are forming a new community, and they could really use the some help from kobolds, and kind of talk the kobolds into coming up and like teaching the kids how to live and maybe find their families.
Nice.
So Cookie's just gonna come back with like 15 kobolds.
Nice. Hell yeah. I love that.
Work attendance.
There's garlic, and there's bread and butter and peanut butter and jelly, and it's a sandwich colony. There's cheese and turkey slices.
Wildthorn, I want you to cut us back to the tavern with the name of the park.
We got one name. I like that. Okay. And that, again, ladies and gentlemen, is how the Healing Haven was made right here in Randomonia. And I would just like to say that if you go to the top of the slide and look down at the sign, you will actually see a hidden message, but you have to be the size of a child to see it. True story.
Cookie always the size of a child.
Cookie, what does the message
Except for
say?
that one time.
What does the secret message say that only kids can see?
Thou shalt never know harm within the bounds of these fences.
Dope.
All right. Hell yeah.
So, Rosie, that's what happened.
She goes, so you mean to tell me that you three are the reason that all the traffic jams are happening in the city now? Because there's a park right in the fucking middle of it.
That's not our problem, okay?
You have to appreciate nature.
Yeah, children need to be happy. Are you saying, Rosie, that children aren't important?
Well, yeah, the kids are important, but so is all my patrons getting here to drink my ale. You're ruining
Why do you think?
business.
Like, what do you think?
They shouldn't be drinking ale and driving here.
Yeah, Rosa, are you condoning drinking and driving?
No, they park here and then they fucking stay. And then they charge them for room and board.
Yeah, and then like the parents like obviously don't want to like hear their screaming kids. Like, have you ever been to an amusement park? Like, again, like the parents are off drinking. Like, this is obviously we're helping business.
All right. Well, I'll keep it up to you three, but for now, we must know. The patrons of the Tall Tale Tavern tonight, those that sat on the couch, was the story good? Was the story true? Was the story okay and not true? You decide with a poll.
A poll.
A poll?
Yes.
Ooh, a poll.
I like both.
These aren't for dancing on, Cookie.
No, pools. Pools.
Oh,
Cookie likes to swim.
I see.
All right, and
See, we have a lot in common, Cookie.
Oh, fuck yourself, Billy!
while they're voting on that, each one of you three, were you keeping count of your couch coins?
Yes,
How many did you get, Thorn?
3 at the end of the day.
Cookie?
I think I only got one.
It's 2. One in the beginning, and then he gave you the second one.
Yeah, and then Nikki gave you one as well, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mort?
I'm fine with. I didn't deserve one of them, so I'm fine with just being one.
So I had 4, but used one for the kids. So I am at 3.
All right. Well, you could use them if you want. We're just talking about collection in general. So you have,
Oh, I had 4 was my max at one point.
4.
yeah. All right. So then that means Mort gets MVP of the show tonight. Congratulations, Mort.
I mean, you bring back dead kids, you gotta get something out of it, right?
Hell yeah, you do, bud. And that means you get to add a magical item of your choice to your character sheet. Just send it to me for
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Hooray.
I came in late. No worries, Valorant. No worries. We're looking at the views of the polls. True and good is what we're looking at. So, with all that being said and done, everyone here watching on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe and come to the show every Friday at 6 p.m. PST. Additionally, for links to all these guys and everything that they do, it's going to be down there in the description of this video. For all you guys watching live, make sure to follow these 3 guys here because you can find Big Jim and Big Jim Slate Gaming and at the Pyro Club. You can find Backstage Bard at Backstage Bard, and you can find Kate at Children of Proteus. All right, y'all? And we're going to take a quick 5 to get out of costumes, and I'm going to put this giveaway together because when we come back, we're doing the giveaway from the first 5 episodes. All right? So have safe and be fun, and we'll be right back. That's funny. Welcome back, everybody, to
I'll be back right there.
All right, Jim will be here in a sec. This is our breakdown. All right, we're gonna go over everything, talk about everything from tonight's show. So thank you guys for joining us. You only get these if you're here live. Yes. So everybody watching YouTube, come to the live, right? You can check the breakdowns.
Cheers, heroes. Thank you. Oh, I can't see it now. Thank you for supporting the show. Subscribers, Cookie Mon Steve. Moby was taken, so I chose this. Question mark.
Tavern Talks, Children of Proteus.
Children of Proteus and Backstage Bard.
Oh, man.
Talks, Children of Proteus, and there was Backstage Bard.
Welcome back to the
And there was a weird
Why is
name.
it-
There was a weird phrase there that was spoken from the distance. Some sound clip.